Hello there, and welcome back to A Star Wars Story. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe to let YouTube know that the Force is strong with this channel. Today, we are looking at Star Wars at the box office. Specifically, Star Wars at the box office following the Lucasfilm acquisition by the Walt Disney Company and Kathleen Kennedy's ascension to president of Lucasfilm following George Lucas's retirement. First, we're going to look at purely the box office of each film, beginning with The Force Awakens in 2015, which launched to $2.65 billion. In 2016, Rogue One released and accumulated $1.55 billion. In 2017, The Last Jedi released to $1.332 billion. Solo was in 2018 with $393 million. The Rise of Skywalker made $1.7 billion, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny has currently made around $382 million. That is a total of over $6 billion, which is an average of $1.52 billion per film, which is technically a higher per film average than the MCU. Now, an argument is usually made about the diminishing returns, how every film following The Force Awakens made less and less. Solo came out, and then Rise of Skywalker spiked, but a lot of people don't really want to have an in-depth conversation. They want the clickbait, and they want the grift, so therefore they want to sell a negative spin on news, and they want to sell Star Wars in terms of a negative appearance because it will generate more clicks. But it's actually not the true or real conversation, and no one's really talking about that. Because, as I said, it's not clickbaity enough, and it doesn't focus on attacking women. The honest truth is Star Wars has always had a case of diminishing returns. This goes back to the original trilogy, where A New Hope made $776 million. The Empire Strikes Back made $549 million, and Return of the Jedi made $474 million. The revenue very clearly went down with each installment, and the same happened with the prequel trilogy. The Phantom Menace was the highest grossing, and then it continued to decline. This is nothing new. The only reason it gets the spotlight is because of the grift, and is because of radicalizing a male fan base against women, or as they very oddly like to call it, females, which is just gross and disturbing in its own right. Then, let's go by the reviews. 5 out of Kathleen Kennedy's 6 films have received positive reviews by audiences, and 5 out of 6 received positive reviews by critics, which, let's be completely frank here, is a lot better than the franchise ever received prior to this relaunch of Star Wars, if you will. On top of the massive box office success, Kathleen Kennedy basically launched and carried Disney Plus with significant Star Wars content, and the viewership only goes up as they go, which we will have a separate Disney Plus conversation that puts to bed all of the lies and misinformation. Lucasfilm is a company that has gone all in on Disney Plus and have made it one of their highest priorities, and that is a huge deal because Star Wars has carried that service. Now, all of that being said, I know that this will not change someone's mind who is radicalized. I hope that on average, this will open people's eyes. This will set a different course and shine a light on the actual truth. Just raw, basic numbers, no biases, no attacking people, no focusing on women to attack. Just actual factual information. This isn't about the subjectivity or your appreciation or dislike of a particular film or a particular actor or a particular studio president. And this is not about what you're being spoon-fed in terms of following a hive mind mentality of radicalization and incelship. Let's phrase it like that, which is increasingly dangerous as the world turns more and more online and as people, and especially men, again, this is based on the analytics of the average angry person in the comments, the average man who is crippled with rage against a fictional property and the woman in charge of it. Now, this spotlight was important to me for several reasons. One is, every year since 2016, there have been rumors or leaks that Kathleen Kennedy is getting fired. So the first story did pop up in 2016. Kathleen Kennedy was going to be fired at the end of 2016. And then that has happened every subsequent year, right up until she renegotiated her contract and got an extension to 2024. Yeah, she wasn't fired. Her contract was extended. But yet, strangely, the obsession around attacking her and attacking this company and the women involved in it has only grown more frighteningly disturbing. It does not matter that the lies have been exposed by the very fact that she hasn't been fired and by the very fact that her contract was extended. None of that has mattered, which is a bizarre concept in my mind. The truth does not matter in this case, and that is strange to me, and that is dangerous in my opinion. In 2024, Kathleen Kennedy's contract extension will end. Given her age and given the natural natural state of wanting time for yourself in your twilight years, it is assumed that, like Lucas before her, she will retire. That is not a guarantee, but I wanted to make this very clear now. If you were someone who has called for the death or rape or assault or firing of Kathleen Kennedy, and that you made some type of ruckus, or you follow someone who's made some type of ruckus, you are wrong and you are incorrect. If Kathleen Kennedy does retire, I want to make this very clear. She is not being forced out. That is a scenario that I assume individuals on YouTube and on clickbait sites will try to spin. It is emphatically not true. She is one of the most beloved producers and presidents in the industry, and she has generated a significant amount of revenue for the Walt Disney Company. The Walt Disney Company, Lucasfilm, and Bob Iger do not want to see her go. She has generated more success than you could possibly imagine. It is foolish to twist or manipulate snippets of your fandom to make it appear as though it's Lucasfilm and Star Wars is in a tailspin, when that is demonstrably not true. It is inaccurate, it is deceptive, and it is dangerous to continue to push that narrative. There is no reason to push that narrative other than you are radicalized by an echo chamber that you need to get out of. If Kathleen Kennedy retires, it will be her own decision to not renew the contract. We have it on good authority that discussions are being had with Kathleen Kennedy right now. Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm want her to stay. An agreement has not been made. We currently don't know whether or not she will ultimately retire, but this is an important story to get right and to get the facts right. We will not let dangerous incel culture control the narrative around a woman leaving and retiring from a business. You don't get to dictate what the truth is. The truth is the truth. Thank you so much for watching. Above all else and most importantly, stay safe, take care of others, and have a wonderful day. And remember, the Force will be with you always.